Okay, we've been looking at this equation that I have highlighted in yellow. That's the general form for a sine equation. And we've been looking at how each of these variables affects the graph of y equals sine x. The leading coefficient A determines your amplitude, and it also determines if there is a reflection of the graph of y equals sine x. Now, the amplitude does not equal A. The amplitude equals the absolute value of A. So just be careful with that.
B is talking about the period. So it makes your graph go faster. So it's like scrunched together or it's spread out. And we talked about this C having to do with our phase shift. Now we're going to talk about the D, and that is our vertical shift. And just like you learned in college algebra, this number that's added or subtracted out here is going to tell you whether your graph is shifted up or shifted down. My college algebra students did that same thing today with parabolas. If you have a +3 out here, your graph is going to be shifted up 3. If you have this -2 out here, your graph is going to be shifted down 2. The graph of sine x is going to be shifted. When you're asked to graph this type of equation in my math lab, you have a multiple choice test. What they will do is have the graph of y equals sine x graphed. And I believe they graph that in blue, and then they graph your given equation in red. It may just be opposite of that. But they'll have this parent function of y equals sine x graphed, and then they will have this second option for you, and then multiple choice to figure out which one's which. So let's first of all graph y equals sine x. I know my graph starts here at 0. The maximum value that my sine can be is 1. If I'm on a unit circle, I know sine value here is 0. Sine value here is 1. That's as big as it can get. And this is at pi over 2. Right? This is 0. This is pi over 2 is when I'm at my maximum here. So this goes up here, and then it's going to come back down to 0 here. When I'm at 3 pi over 2, my sine coordinate here, my sine value is my y coordinate, which is -1. So I need to be at -1 here, and then back up to 0 once I get to 2 pi. So this is what my sine value or sine equation looks like. If I wanted to graph this equation, y equals sine x plus 2, I just shift this up 2. Let me go ahead and make some more of this in there. So this goes up 2, this goes up 2, up 2. So hopefully y'all are a little bit better at graphing than I am. But you can see that those are the same shape, just with a vertical shift.